Hello, this is my first XLDB conference, so I'm actually really excited. This is a really great crowd that we have. I'm from the National Energy Technology Laboratory. It's a national laboratory under the Department of Energy. I actually work for a company called AECOM. We're a sub-consultant for that. Where do I advance the slides?
The green button.
The which one?
Green button.
On here?
No, here.
Oh, there it is, okay.
Sorry.
So we're going to talk about the starting small to go big, or building a living database. A lot of the research that the Energy and Technology Laboratory does is collecting scientific data and also trend analysis. What I want to talk about is the challenges that we face. So scientific data has specific needs. In fact, at some points, there's an 80% loss of data over 20 years, where data may be published, but then that data becomes either unusable or just completely lost. And then there's also the problem too of dark data, which is data that may be privately owned and isn't readily available. So that creates problems of being able to find that data. And then also too, because of the diversity of data that we deal with, there can be interoperability issues. What attributes really do match other attributes, or is that data compatible? And then, of course, the main point of that is to create analytics and visualizations so that the data starts to make sense. And so what I'm going to do is walk us through really quickly the data science hierarchy of needs that we have. It goes from collect to learn and optimize, and even some of the AI aspects that we have. So to begin with, in the collection piece of it, that's sort of the foundation, where you're bringing all that data in. We heard about like the Internet of Things or Internet of Everything, collects that data, brings it in. What we had done for one specific project was to start small, and that was creating a global inventory of all of the oil and gas infrastructure. And so that goal was to discover and integrate all the open data sources that were available online into a single geodatabase, so that we knew locations of the information. We partnered that with some machine learning web search tools to create what we call the Goji database, or the global oil and gas infrastructure. Now that information ended up going into our system called EDX, which is the Energy Data Exchange. There's a link to the actual data there as well. That's freely available for download. So the Energy Data Exchange is a virtual library, but it's also a laboratory for energy science. So it's a library in that there's a lot of published data and published reports available that you can search by keyword. But in addition to, there's additional tools that you can do and perform analysis on that data. And so really EDX is sort of battling the dark data, trying to prevent data from becoming unusable. And again, it's also a laboratory in that it also does collect projects that are ongoing. And so that data can be used further on. And then a key thing we want to push this data into is what we're calling the living database, which really what that is it's an input and output of data. So as people and research come and go, that data will stay and can be reused, and if necessary, it can be disposed of later on. And that, of course, will feed additional apps and belongs within EDX. And then also to aggregating and labeling that information so that it's not only discoverable, you can pull that data into different either geospatial analysis tools, or combine it into other tools that may be offline. And then, of course, to learn and optimize from that, we still are collecting that data within EDX, but it's also available with APIs and external information. And then, of course, we want to collect and bring that data into using AI and deep learning. One of those applications would be for schema matching. Because of the diversity of data, we can pull that data and information together using some AI matching tools. So that was the presentation, quick and clean. We've got a really great poster that we put together out here. So come check out the poster. Also, there's a QR code that links directly to the EDX website, so you can check out additional data and resources that are available.